An ancient tome detailing how Selune came into being along with her sister, Shar. The silver, radiant Selune and the dark, alluring Shar complemented each other and brought an orderly distinction between light and dark in the universe. A dusty volume that speaks of the conflict between the sibling goddesses Selune and Shar after Selune ignited the sun and brought life-sustaining light and warmth to the universe.
That's curious.
A prayer dedicated to Selune, imploring all to accept the Moon Maiden's blessings and share in her bounty.
Chest's unlocked. My prayers are answered.
Gomwick, be doubly careful on the way back to Baldur's Gate. I've received more reports of attacks on travelers throughout the region. I can't have my best messenger winding up face down in a ditch somewhere. Watch yourself. Better late than never. Postmaster General Danzo. Davin, it's a boy. He's healthy and perfect. I've named him after his father. Come back and see us as soon as you can get leave. Love, Flora, and Davin Jr.
Nine Fingers? I won't come back to the city. Not while you have your thugs looking for me. If you want the debt paid, you'll have to trust me and collect it yourself. Go to the graveyard and look for where an M. Kerwin is buried. Get digging and you'll find enough valuables to settle matters between us. Don't go looking for me. I'll know when I'm safe. S.
At ease, friend. The gnolls hit us hard, but this place is still safe. It's under Tyr's protection.
Lathander to light, Selune to guide, Kelemvor to judge, and passage provide. Good is the absence of evil. It means to seek peace and to enforce it. It means to seek depravity and to denounce it. And it means to trust in your God and yourself. For the greatest good of all is called faith. Goodness is not lawfulness. Law is a commandment of God or of mortals. It is the call of authority and the sanction of its opponents. Law is the father of order. To renounce it is to invite chaos in which there is neither meaning nor life. Law can be corrupted. Lawfulness is not goodness. I say to you then that we seek not to be good or to be lawful, but to be just. For what is it to be good if we cannot define the acts that oppose it? What is to be lawful if it is a devil's commands we obey? Justice is the hand that feeds the hungry and the shield that guards the weak. It is the sword that fells the wicked and the cloak that warms the indigent. It is for justice that the Order of the Gauntlet stands watch. And it is justice that Tyr and Torm, Helm and Horde demand. The stained, well-thumbed pages are filled with traveling advice that seems to be decades out of date. Those who seek to journey to the coast from the interior regions lying to the east will typically seek out the Risen Road. Running parallel to the river Keonthar, the Risen Road provides an overland route all the way from Elturel to Baldur's Gate and has proven tempting to travelers seeking an alternate to the river barges that sail the Keonthar. A portion of the road, approximately halfway between Elturel and Baldur's Gate, has, in recent years, developed into an enclave for Selune worship, with a temple of not insignificant splendor lying near the road. Indeed, an entire village, Moonhaven, has developed alongside the temple and can provide food and shelter to weary travelers. Farther east lies the citadel of Moonrise Towers, where a toll is required for onward passage of goods and folk alike. Some are tempted to go off-road in order to avoid the toll. However, bandits and other dangers may cause them to pay a much steeper price. Esteemed reader, while this journal is no stranger to surprising news from the outermost reaches of our fair land, I must warn that this season's edition contains news some might find, in a word, shocking. It might be that the cult of the Absolute reported by our agents in Elturgard will fade like any other. But reports of alliances between Goblin and Lolth-sworn Drow, Troll and Dwegar are a particular cause for alarm. The seriousness of the enclosed report is quite unique in our history. Prior to publication, messengers were sent to localities including Baldur's Gate, Scornubel, and Candlekeep. Let us hope these reports are received with the proper gravity for the safety of all. Sincerely, Mingus Etcherly, Editor-in-Chief.
Of all the demon lords, few have made their mark on the world as firmly as Yeenoghu. Though his ravenous hunger is claimed to be a mindless compulsion, there is nothing mindless about the thorough insinuation of his presence in the world via his chosen, gnolls. But how are gnolls created? First, a chosen of Yeenoghu must do as their master wills. Kill. Hyenas then feast on the corpses of the dead, and a gnoll is born of the glutted belly of the hyena. The gnoll, thus born, is hunger manifest. They ravage any living being, tearing body and bone asunder, leaving behind only bone. They care not for wealth or material gain, only to satiate their hunger. That satiation is itself an offering to Yeenoghu, funneled directly to him. Some might envy the gnolls for such a tangible connection to their creator god, but that envy would melt into utter terror as soon as the beast's rotting breath and wicked cackles make their way through the dark of night. If you should find yourself the object of gnollish pursuit, burn your corpses, cover your scent, and pray to whoever might aid you, for there is no bribing, begging, or reasoning with hunger incarnate.
This is an excerpt from the play A Pleasurable Deal, banned in no fewer than 4 cities for its lewd content. Its scandalous nature led to a number of widely distributed and illicit printings. Narrator. Come here, fair folk, a tale, now lost to time. In grief this man well sunk to depths sublime. A gift he sought to win his lady's heart. Our Cambion smiled, for now the game did start. Enter Robert, male tiefling, crying. Carlisle, stage right, flash of smoke.
Weep not, young man, though free your wife is fled, and comfort found in comrade's arms in bed. She licks her lips and cries his name, oh my. And now seek you to be the apple of her eye.
Robert, how does a stranger know such things, I ask? Carlisle,
I watch you from the shadows and I see your shame and grief for nature's malady. You seek to win your lady and her bed, to have your name upon her lips instead.
Robert, you know my curse, my pain, my grief, my woe.
Carlisle, of you I know you seek a larger hoe, to plow fair maid and sow a seed to grow.
But lack do ye a mighty horn and mast, with which to guide a maid to bed and fast. Overland travelers near in Baldur's Gate have been known to smell the city before they clap eyes on it. This is thanks to what is known as the Outer City, the area that houses much of what Baldur's Gate needs to survive and thrive, but at the same time would rather not keep within its walls. Tanneries, stockyards, slaughterhouses, saltworks, and less than regulated markets abound here, as well as shanties and camps for those less fortunate souls who are drawn to the city. It is the author's firm opinion that respectable travelers should never dawdle in such a place, no matter how tempting its base attractions may be after a long journey. Instead, they should make their way promptly, while paying strict attention to any valuables on their person or in their baggage, then see about presenting themselves to one of the main entrances to the lower city, such as the famed Basilisk Gate. Once entry has been secured, they can consider themselves in the city proper.
Ugh, that stench. Body must have been here for a good while.
A ledger containing details of a Tollhouse's takings for the current year, 1492 DR. Most entries are neatly written listing the travelers and the amount of gold paid, but the text on the most recent page is smudged and rambling. 9 Marpenoth, 4 merchants with a single wagon of sundries, 25 gold. 12 Marpenoth, Flaming Fist Company, 15 fists and gauntlet. 100 gold fee waived, fists don't pay tolls, they extort. 21 Marpenoth, brewer and 2 guards bringing kegs to Walking's Rest, 35 gold. 2 Uktar. 7 farmers. No goods, no gold, wounded. They warned us to leave. 3 Uktar. Sent courier to request extra guards or relief. 7 Uktar. More farmers, too many to count. No goods. Carrying their own dead. 11 Uktar. Road untenable. 16 Uktar. Preparing to abandon post. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext Rebound by Iosefa Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denir for her heretical attempts to reconstruct the metatext, her God's Annal of Lost and Hidden Knowledge. Despite their protestation to the contrary, it takes no keen eye to see the echoes of Banite philosophy in modern Zhentarim practice, a strict militaristic hierarchy where all power flows from the top. Who occupies that position today is the matter of some speculation, for the Black Network's leadership was thought destroyed along with their headquarters at Zentil Keep in 1383 DR. In the following decades, however, a new base of power began to consolidate at the fortress of Darkhold far to the south. At its center stands the Paragost, an enigmatic armored figure to whom the Zhentarim's rebirth is almost single-handedly attributed. Whoever their leader, it is clear that this new Zhentarim have not abandoned plans for domination so much as recalculated their approach. Where once their focus was on the subversion and conquest of nations, the network of today is much more concerned with establishing their stranglehold on the market, a power which crosses borders that are closed to more conventional forces.